Hello, my dear friends, and welcome back to another episode of Talk Your Heart. I'm your host, Zayem, and I'm so glad you're here with me today. I want to begin with a question. What if I told you that there's an invisible key in your hand right now? A key that can open doors you didn't even know existed. Doors to confidence, to career opportunities, to friendships across the world. This key isn't made of metal. You can't keep it in your pocket. But once you learn how to use it, the whole world feels different. And that invisible key is called English. Now, you might be thinking, English? Really? That's the big secret? Yes. But the truth is, English isn't just a language. It's a tool. It's a bridge. It's a master key. And today, I'm going to share with you not just why this key is so powerful, but also how you can hold it firmly in your hands, how you can use it with courage, and how you can open the doors that right now feel locked in front of you. So let's start this journey together.
Part 1. Searching for the key. When people first start learning English, it feels like they're holding a key, but don't know which door it belongs to. You memorize vocabulary lists, you practice grammar rules, and still, when the moment comes to speak, the door doesn't open. Why is that? Because English isn't just built in your brain, it's built in your habits, your courage, and your curiosity. Think of a traveler. A traveler doesn't learn the map only by looking at it. They learn by walking the path every single day. At first, the steps are unsure. Feet stumble. Directions feel confusing. But over time, the legs and the heart remember what the eyes cannot. English works the same way. You cannot simply memorize it. You have to live it. You have to use it again and again in small, imperfect steps. I call this stage searching for the key. You already have it. You just don't know how it fits yet. And that's the first mindset shift I want you to hold on to. You are not missing the key. You already have it. You just need to learn how to turn it. Part 2. The lock of fear. Every learner encounters the same lock. Fear. Fear of mistakes. Fear of being judged. Fear of opening your mouth and sounding wrong. Let me share a story. A few years ago, I met a young man named Kareem. He had been studying English for over 10 years. He could read newspapers in English. He could write essays. But when he tried to speak, he froze. Why? Because the lock of fear held him tightly. Every time he wanted to say a sentence, his brain whispered, "What if you're wrong? What if they laugh? What if you embarrass yourself?" And so, Kareem stayed silent. One day, I told him something simple. Kareem, fluency doesn't come from being correct. It comes from being brave. I asked him to try an experiment. Every day, for 1 week, he had to say just one sentence in English to a stranger. It could be as simple as, "Excuse me, what time is it?" Or, "Where's the bus stop?"
The first day, his voice shook. The second day, he hesitated. By the 7th day, he was smiling. Why? Because he realized that the world didn't collapse when he made mistakes. People understood him. Some even encouraged him. The lock of fear started to break. Here's the truth. Mistakes are not the opposite of learning. Mistakes are learning. Every mistake is like a crack in the lock. Each one brings you closer to opening the door. So, if you're afraid of speaking English because you might make a mistake, remember this. The lock of fear will never disappear by thinking. It only disappears by acting.
Part 3. The small keys. Many learners believe they need thousands of words to speak English fluently. But let me tell you a secret. With just 300 to 500 common words, you can survive almost every conversation. Think about it. Words like want, need, go, come, eat, drink, happy, sad, help, like, don't, can, will. Imagine this short dialogue with only simple words. You. Hello, I need help. Shopkeeper. Yes, what do you want? You. I want water. How much? Shopkeeper. $2. You. Okay, thank you. That's it. No fancy grammar, no advanced vocabulary. And yet, you communicated. You got what you needed. Here's another example. Instead of saying, I would appreciate it if you could lend me some money, you can say, can you give me money? I need it. Both sentences express the same idea. One is advanced, one is simple, but both work. This is what I call the power of small keys. They may look tiny, but they open big doors. The secret is not in knowing thousands of words, but in using the words you already know with confidence and creativity.
Part 4. The Beauty of Broken English. Let me tell you about a woman I once met in Thailand. Her English was broken. Her grammar was all over the place. Instead of saying, I am happy to meet you, she said, I happy meet you. But you know what? I understood her perfectly. And more importantly, I felt her joy, her smile, her energy, her willingness to connect. They were more powerful than perfect grammar. This is the beauty of broken English. Think about babies. When a baby learns to speak, do we laugh at them? Do we say, ha ha, your grammar is wrong? Of course not. We celebrate them. We clap. We smile. Because we know that broken language is the beginning of fluency. So why do we treat ourselves differently as adults? Why do we punish ourselves for not being perfect? Broken English is not a weakness. It's proof that you are brave enough to try. And every broken sentence you speak brings you one step closer to fluency. So next time you hesitate, remind yourself, even broken English can build bridges if it comes from the heart. Part 5. Keys in everyday life. English doesn't live in classrooms. It lives in your daily life. When you walk down the street, describe what you see in English. This is a tree. The tree is tall. A car is moving. A child is running. When you cook, talk to your ingredients. Tomato, I cut you. Onion, you make me cry. When you're waiting for the bus, imagine explaining your day to a friend in English. These small practices feel silly, but they are powerful. They turn ordinary moments into invisible practice sessions. And every one of those moments adds another key to your pocket. Part 6. The Key of Listening. If you want to speak well, you must first listen well. Listening is like filling your heart with a gentle sound. You may not understand every word, but your mind is learning rhythm, tone, and flow. Think of it this way. When you learn a dua or a prayer, you don't memorize it all at once. You repeat it again and again. Slowly, the words stay in your heart. English is the same. Read simple stories. Listen to beneficial talks. Repeat small phrases. Don't worry if you don't understand everything. Just let English surround you. Your ears will open the door that your tongue is still shy to touch. Part 7. The Master Key. Finally, there is one master key that opens every single door in English learning, and that is consistency. Not studying 8 hours in one day and then quitting for a month, but small, daily steps. 5 minutes of speaking, 10 minutes of listening, one short paragraph read aloud. Let me tell you a secret about the human brain. It loves patterns. If you study English for just 15 minutes every day, your brain will create a rhythm. It will expect English, just like it expects food or sleep. That rhythm is what creates fluency. So remember, big effort once in a while doesn't work. Small effort every day always works. Consistency is the master key.
So, my friends, remember this. English is not a wall. It is a door. And you already hold the invisible key. It's not about perfect grammar. It's not about big vocabulary. It's about courage. It's about practice. It's about using small keys every single day. One day, you will turn that key and the door will open. And when it does, you'll step into a world of opportunities, friendships, and discoveries you never imagined. Thank you for joining me today on Talk Your Heart. I hope this episode reminds you that the key is already in your hands. Keep speaking, keep listening, keep trying, because every effort brings you closer to unlocking your future. Until next time, keep talking with your heart.